Hey family, so I have another word in regards to Deuteronomy 28:1. So Deuteronomy 28 is about blessings for obedience, okay? So it starts off as in verse 1, now, if you faithfully obey the Lord your God and are careful to follow all of his commands I am giving you today, the Lord your God will put you far above all the nations of the earth. The verse opens with a sense of immediacy. Moses is not speaking of a distant future, but of a present decision. God's people stand on the edge of the promised land, and the word now presses them to respond today. To respond today. This echoes the urgency found in Hebrews 3:15 today. If you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts, reminding us that obedience cannot be postponed. Okay? Obedience cannot be postponed. In 2 Corinthians 6:2, Paul again stresses, now is the day of salvation. The pattern is clear. God calls and expects a timely response. Okay? If you faithfully obey the voice of the Lord your God, to obey the voice means more than hearing words. It involves trusting and acting on them. Jesus says, my sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. John 10:27. True listening produces following. James 1:22 adds, be doers of the word and not hearers only. Scripture leaks faith and obedience so tightly that separating them empties both of meaning. In Exodus 19:5, the Lord told Israel, all these distractions, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession. Deuteronomy 28:1 revisits that same covenant expectation. Okay, and so obedience is not partial. The call is to be careful and to embrace all that God commands. Deuteronomy 6:5. You shall love the Lord your God with all of your heart, sets the tone. Wholeheartedly devotion fuels comprehensive obedience. 1 John 5:3 affirms this is the love of God that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. Loving God makes careful obedience a joyful privilege. Joshua 1:7 shows the same emphasis. Success comes by being careful to do according to all the law. Selective obedience robs us of blessings. You can't just pick and choose when you want to be obedient, okay? Obedience brings exaltation, not because Israel earned status, but because God delights to honor covenant faithfulness. When you are faithful to the Lord and obedient, he will reward you, okay? Deuteronomy 28:13 repeats the promise. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. Genesis 12:2-3 lays the foundation. God blesses Abraham's offspring so that they may bless other nations. Elevation is missional, not merely nationalistic. 1 Peter 2:9 applies the principle to believers today. A chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. God still lives his people to showcase his glory. Jesus states the kingdom principle in Luke 6:38. Generous, obedient lives receive overflowing return. God's exaltation is his affirmation that walking in his ways is the path of true greatness. Summary of Deuteronomy 28:1 presents a simple progression. Respond now, listen attentively, obey thoroughly, and experience God's elevating favor. The verse ensures us that God stands ready to honor those who honor him, using their obedience as a beacon for the nations. Wholehearted submission today opens the door to God given influence tomorrow. Glory be to God. Take everything back to the Lord for your own confirmation. And so that is all that I have for you guys right now. If this word was a blessing to you, consider being a blessing. As you are a blessing, it allows, it helps me to provide for my family while we are on our crazy faith, on purpose, homeless journey for Jesus. And know that God sees your giving and that it is written, as you give, it will be given back unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, which means you will have more than enough. Glory be to God. As always, I love you guys with the love of Christ. Until next time, you stay blessed and shalom.